So I'm getting ready to call a contractor. We've had various emails back and forth, and he at one point asked for references. I mean, he went by a few of the projects. So I'm gonna call. Haven't heard back from him in a while, so we're gonna call and see where things are, and yeah, see what happens.
Hello.
Hi, Chris.
Hey, Ray.
Yes, how are you doing, sir?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. Hey, I was out of the country for a bit, so I came back and I was like, hey, I haven't communicated with Chris. Let me give him a touch, see how things are.
Yeah. No, thanks for touching base, man. I've been busy myself. I actually haven't had a ton of time to dig more into that Austin job that you quoted.
Okay.
But I do appreciate you sending those contacts. Those are, builders that we're familiar with. So yeah, I'll kind of touch base with them. But did you need anything from my end right now?
No, no, I was just that's exactly what I wanted to do, just kind of see where things were. If you were still kind of in the project, I mean the process of that. I felt like there's we always have projects running up and all these other things that we kind of get caught up into. So really, just wanted to touch base and kind of bring it back up to see if that was still something you were considering.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Definitely considering for the stucco and maybe the siding. We're starting the permit process for Occident, so I'm going to dive back in on that one and let you know. But just so you know where my head's at and where I'm leaning right now, probably will like to get you started on a couple of stucco jobs first, and then potentially move to siding. Let me ask you this, since I've got you, Ray. Do you all do house wrap as well?
Yes, the Tyvek, we do it. I mean, obviously, a lot of these builders are going with the zip board that's already doesn't really need it. It'll just need the taping. But
Mm-hmm.
for the Tyvek house wrap, that is something that we do as well.
Okay. If I remember right, I don't think that was included in that first quote, which is fine. It wasn't specifically mentioned, but I guess, do you know, was that like already included in your pricing, or do you need to price that out separately?
It was not. No, that was not. I didn't know if you guys were needing that service or not. So that's typically something that we add as like a kind of like a package whenever they want us to just go ahead and take care of everything. So I can revise that and include that if you'd like.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I don't worry about that yet. When I dig back into that, I'll look at everything else, and then I'll let you know if there's any other changes, just so that if there are other changes, you can just do it all at once, instead of back and forth. So yeah, whenever I dive back into that, I will definitely touch base, and then if and when we do move forward with the stucco or other work, I will get with you on the onboarding stuff. I don't think I've sent you all the paperwork that we need, but I'll get you all that, and obviously when you get your insurance and all that good stuff. But I'm sure you're up to snuff on that front. So
Okay, perfect. Yes, insurances are good. We have that all in place, and then if there's other projects that you would be interested in me kind of going ahead and getting ahead on as far as an estimate was and getting my eyes on that, that would be great if you could send those over. Just because of the other influx that's coming in, I can fit those in to start working on for you.
okay, perfect. Will do. Yeah, and actually on that front, do you all do metal siding at all, or mainly the hardy?
So we do hardy siding, and then we do what is Nichiha. I don't know if you guys are using any Nichiha at all.
No, is that like a composite, like a PVC product?
Yes, yes, correct. It's more of a commercial. We install it mostly on the commercial buildings, on these new Burger Kings, Popeyes. You'll see them. They look like a lot of brown down in that South Howard area. I've seen a lot of these townhomes kind of install little accent walls that are made out of that, but it's composite material, correct?
Okay, perfect. No, if you can, when you get a chance, send me some information on that. We had that exact situation that you're mentioning. We have an upcoming build that's going to be a little more modern, and there's a bump out on the front of the house that calls for metal siding right now in the plans. It doesn't necessarily have to be metal. Kind of just looking for that variation, that pop that you're mentioning. So yeah, if you don't care, send me some of the information on that product, and then I'll send you those plans probably next week to take a look and quote on that.
Perfect. Yeah, that product I think would actually fit right in line with you from what you're saying. I'm actually gonna do one here for one of our builders down in Davis Island. So once we have that up, you can actually even swing by and kind of see it in person. And I think it a lot of these builders once they start seeing it, they're really liking it.
That would be great, man. Yeah, if you could let me know when that's in progress or when that's done, I would love to go take a look, and I can maybe take our designer and our one of our owners as well, so we can kind of look at that together and get a feel for how it looks once it's up.
Perfect, perfect. Well, I'll send you over some of the information that I have from that material and the product Nichiha, and then I'll look forward to that coming over as well.
Okay, great. Sounds good, Ray. I
All
appreciate
right,
it.
yes, sir.
All right, have a good weekend.
See, and like that's why you have to follow up, right? I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. Yesterday and the day before, I didn't want to make that call. Why? Just because that's how our fucking brain functions. I kept telling myself that I had active projects and all these other things. Like, yeah, but he was super busy with all his other stuff, right? He mentioned it himself, and so if I don't call back, like I said, like we have to understand that we're invaluable to them, but they don't know it yet, right? So it was my job to call him and make him aware that we also do house wrap, which adds value to me and my prices. I'm willing to give solutions, right? They need some kind of metal siding. You don't need metal siding. Nichiha is so much better. Trust me, as soon as they see it, they're gonna love it. Just from hearing about it, he's already interested, right? And so I have one project that we're gonna be doing this product on here in the next couple of weeks, and so I have three now with him, three other builders who are interested in this product and that want to see that. So imagine the focus that's now going to go into that one job. Like that's going to be, it has to be damn near perfect. And this is what I communicate now to my dad. Yo, we have an opportunity to grow to three more high end clients that are going to give us and respect all our prices, who see us as valuable. This project needs to be fucking perfect. And what's my dad gonna say? Is like, yo, we got it. We're gonna take care of that. Like, it'll be good. And so you gotta understand like what goes on in these calls, right? I'm making sure like, okay, where are we with this? Is it still possible? He's voicing all this and confirming it to me. And then he mentioned we want to start you off with smaller stucco job before siding, which is actually a bit different. I usually expect for them to start us off with siding and then stucco, but I'll take it. And so when he mentioned more work, what did I do? I said, hey, if there is more work, I have a lot of estimates that I'm getting right now. So if you need this and it's coming up, let me go ahead and start getting my eyes on it. Send that over, right? And that opened the conversation to other materials, the house wrap, and the way that that conversation went down. So nothing, man. Listen, I wanted to record this because one, I was delaying making that call because I didn't want to do it. Two, once you do it, even though you don't want to do it, shit like this happens. Shit like this happens all the time. And this call is amazing because it just reminds myself that like I just need to fucking do it. And to you guys, like I still do the same shit you guys message me about, right? It's like I know what I got to do, but I lay it off, right? The thing is, I eventually fucking just do it, right? And that's what I want you guys to do. Is just, okay, just pick a day and just go with it, man. It couldn't be any worse. Like, and if you have confidence in what you sell, and you know that you're gonna perform, and you know that you have everything in place to take on more clients, then what are you losing? You're absolutely losing absolutely nothing. And so now, I simply make a task to follow up with Chris mid next week if I haven't received that opportunity. Two, I make a task to make sure that on that follow up, right, I'm mentioning some of the points that we talked about this in this conversation, like the Tyvek, right? Just simply restating, hey, would you like for me to add that? I can, or go ahead and taking the initiative and adding it, and then just sending it to him and say, hey, here it is, right? Even I even this is game. Like I even go to the point where if the Tyvek is only gonna add $1,500 for it, bro, you know how much Tyvek we have sitting around? Like my overhead daily cost for somebody to put up Tyvek on a house like that, it's so cheap that I would just say, hey Chris, you know what? Talk this over with my dad. For the sake of building our relationship on this project, we're gonna go ahead and leave the estimate as it is, and I'll include the Tyvek. Like you guys don't you understand how much fucking value that communicates to them and how invaluable that makes you. Like that's how I start differentiating myself from all the other subs because they're wanting to charge for everything and I'm willing to give up money on the first job because I know that I would prefer to have the next 10, not just one, and then maybe the second one, and then maybe the third one, and then they're like, this guy wants to charge for everything. He's not working with us. They don't feel like you're part of the team and have their best interest in mind, right? And so I that's what I want. I want the long term relationship. So that's the steps that I take. Anyways, man, if you listen to that conversation and maybe just think about your follow up process that you have and that you need to do, and if it helps you, right, listening to that kind of call before and then you just going into your own call, that's why I want to record this, man. So